I have two jobs here in Toronto. One is full-time and one is part-time. And it is exactly 18 days before my last day from both jobs. I submitted my resignation letter last May 1 and I'm so scared. I have been working with my full-time job and my part-time job here in Toronto for almost 7 months already, 8 months. And I am terrified with the fact that I won't have a job again. I will be going back to the Philippines to redo the cycle of looking for a job, applying, interviewing, that intense feeling of I don't have a job, I don't have a stable income. All because I will be moving back in the Philippines. I mean, I am happy to go back home, but that's a different topic. I am in that part of my life of quiet quitting. I could say that me as an employee, I would have the tendency to really go above and beyond with my work, and I really feel that when my employers found out that I was resigning, for me, my assumption is they also got sad because they value me as an employee. Well, the fact that they did give me a raise just a few weeks ago when I haven't told them that I was resigning, I think that shows a lot that they can see my merit and how well I'm performing. It was so ironic, well, not ironic, I don't know the right word, that they gave me a pay raise, and it was only a few weeks after that that I told them that I'm resigning because I need to go back to the Philippines. I honestly felt guilty when they told me that I was given a pay raise, because during that time I already knew that I was about to resign. I should not have felt guilty because I guess performance-wise I deserved it. But I guess the fact that they were giving me this wonderful thing but only for me to tell them that, oh, I need to resign from the work, I guess a part of me felt that I'm betraying them. But then again, these things are out of my control. So yeah, at this point of me, mid-month, before I am jobless again, and I am in that state of quiet quitting, I could say that I am barely doing the bare minimum of the work. I'm working on the things that I knew are important to the transition and to the current job, but there's not much else of me wanting to provide more than that. I'm just mentally disengaged with what I'm doing. I'm just making sure that I do the job that I need to work on at the moment, and then that's it. It's weird. And there's really that lack of motivation, especially last week. Last week was so difficult. The lack of motivation to do the work. I really need to kick my butt to go sit in my chair and actually accomplish things. If I don't have meetings, I really disassociate a lot and just not wanting to work, which is awful because I'm already leaving. I might as well do the remaining work and get on with my life, but I'm delaying some of those work because I'm not motivated to do work because I won't be there next month anyway. But that's bad. So I don't know. And then there's also this idea that I will be starting again. So I am in my late 20s, and according to social norms, I don't know, I feel like when you're in your late 20s, you should have figured out by now what your career path is. Or I'm seeing some of my classmates who are supervisors at this point, or they're married, having a baby and whatnot. And here I am, by next month, I will need to start looking for a new job. But that's societal norms. There's no actual rule in the world that at this age, you should be doing this and that. There is this internal pressure that I haven't done anything significant and I am going to start looking for a job again. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's reminding myself that no, you don't need to rush. Sabi nga ng song sa Bini, ang buhay ay hindi karera. Wow, pop reference. So honestly, yes, I try my best to remind myself that, but Of course, societal norms has reminded us time and again that you should be doing this at this age. Haha. There's always that fear at the back of my brain. I'm not achieving things. I also try to remind myself that my age should not dictate what I want to do in my life. I've read news, I've heard about people who started studying law at the age of 50. I've heard or seen people at the age of 60 trying new hobbies. So technically, at my age right now, I'm basically a baby adult. I'm not even a teen adult yet. So I have time. I need to remind myself that I have time. And if I will be looking for a job again, if I think about it, if I made it in Canada, I was able to find job within 2 months, then surely I can make it work in the Philippines. Especially the fact that in the Philippines, I will be speaking my own native language. While here in Toronto, I tried to make things work while speaking in English. The fact that I'm not always that comfortable speaking in English and trying to get my point across in English doesn't sound best when I speak it, but more with interviews in the Philippines where I can speak my native language. Another point is, here in Toronto, the job market is so awful. I know people who are still in the job market for almost 1 year now, and I was able to find a job in 2 months. If I am able to re-implement the strategy that I did when I get to the Philippines, for sure I will find a job that will fit me well. If I was able to survive here in Toronto living by myself, I can surely make it in the Philippines where I've been living for majority of my life. I've only been here in Toronto for 1.5 years, and I was able to find a place of my own. I was able to find a job that was keeping me afloat, paying my bills on time. So definitely, when I go back to the Philippines, even if the economy has changed, even if the lifestyle there has changed, even if traffic got worse or whatever, surely I will survive. Here, I live by myself. The only support I have are friends of my parents, not even direct relatives. What more if I go back to the Philippines where I'm surrounded with supportive friends, family, partner, siblings, the emotional, mental support of them being there physically with me, that is more than enough compared to me just chatting them over the phone, over Messenger. I will actually be able to go to my sister, rant to her, and just eat ramen. That's my thing with my sister. If both of us are mentally exhausted or just we've completely disassociated from the world, we had this, I don't know what it's called, but we will talk and ask one another if we want to eat ramen, watch something scary, watch a movie or whatever, and then that's it. It doesn't really resolve anything, but it makes me feel so supported even if we weren't talking about it. And that kind of support isn't really something that you get online. So just having the people that I love near me is enough to make sure that I will survive rearranging my life again when I get back to the Philippines. So if I think about it, resigning now isn't so scary. Losing another job again isn't so scary. And well, I can say that I've learned a lot from these 2 jobs that I got here in Toronto. I feel very blessed with knowing the people that I was able to interact throughout that 7-8 months of me working with them. I've also realized so much of my capacity as a worker and how I do my work. It's just so funny because it was just yesterday I was on a board meeting. I was doing the minutes, and I feel like I've created some sort of relationship with the people on that meeting. And they were even saying that they need to raise a motion that I cannot leave that association, which was so funny. Those fun were so cute. But I feel like wherever, whatever company, association I go, I know that I'm able to give some sort of value to that place. So I'm not, this is also me telling myself that I'm not too worried about me restarting my life again, because if I did that in a different country, I can surely do that again in my home country. Girl, you are capable, you are skilled, you are wonderful. But I'm just, at this point, I'm just doing my best to make sure that even with me leaving the last few weeks, I'm still giving my best in my work, because that's how I should be. I'm very blessed to have experienced and be in my dream, because 10 years ago, I've dreamt of studying and working abroad. And it's just recently that I reminded myself that I am living in that dream that Leia from 10 years ago would have been so proud and excited knowing the fact that I am living in a different country. I have finished a postgraduate diploma and I have 2 jobs in a different country. How amazing is that, right? So really, next step is to reimagine what my life can look like in 10 years and try to break down those steps towards that goal. And maybe 10 years from now, I will be thinking that, oh, she's there now. Whatever dreams that I was imagining right now, 10 years from now, is already happening. So, I don't know how to end this vlog. Thank you for being here and listening to all my rant. If you haven't yet, please like, share, and subscribe. It will be very helpful. I try my best to upload every 2 weeks, although I did miss out last week. I am trying my best to be as consistent as I can. I still don't know what my main content in my channel is like, so I'm in that path of trying to rediscover what I want to keep on talking about or keep on posting, but hopefully we'll find out. But that's the point of trying to keep on posting, to find out what I like to talk about. So see you soon. Bye.